Welcome to the REKAP Lunch Hour. Yeah, the reason I'm a minute late is because Cap doesn't understand punctuality, everybody. What's going on? I'm Ryan McGuffey. He's sitting over there. Hey, I got a story for you. What was I going to say? Hang on for a second. It was not about this. It's a Bust Your Balls Wednesday. Is today Wednesday? No, Tuesday. Here on the REKAP Lunch Hour. It's brought to you by Hooters. OriginalHooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations near you. By the way, September 23rd, and the promotions are going to start here sooner than later. September 23rd, we'll be in Downers Grove at the Hooters with our new Studio 41 football recap live show. Cap will be there. I'll be there. Katie will be there. Olin Kreutz won't be there, but Alex Brown will be, and so will Tom Waddle. It'll be awesome. Looking forward to that as we get set for football season. And of course, I know it was out on social. You guys are going to see it. You see the topic of this conversation. Have the lifeless Cubs taken on the personality of Craig Counsell? It was the subject of yesterday's recap, which was well over 20,000 views. And the answer is yes, because a lifeless lineup, 7-0 yesterday. Kyle Tucker was getting booed. Craig Counsell addressed it. OriginalHooters.com, by the way. Ordered at Hooters.com. If you're looking for lunch we're going to try the doubleheader again. If you're looking for lunch, have it delivered. Ordered at Hooters.com. What's going on? Landon. Looks like the Rockies will not break the White Sox record this year. That's not going to happen. I told my dear buddy George, unfortunately, that one's going to stick with the Chicago White Sox. Give the Cubs hell today, Phil. The real Phil Sims. Thank God the heavens came down yesterday. It would have been a lot worse in game 2. Well, guess what, Phil? The heavens are open again today, and there's 2 games today. I don't feel good. Although Matthew Boyd on the mound today, I feel good about that. The Cubs need 2 things. They need a good start, and they need length. Matthew Boyd has not allowed more than 3 earned runs at home this season in a game. I like Matthew Boyd today. I don't know if the Cubs figure it out. I don't expect them to score much more than 3 runs, so he's going to have to keep the Brewers in tow. We'll see. That was a straight beatdown on the north side. I think the Brewers just scored again. Let's see if the REKAP podcast will ignore me. Clyde, coming at you. It's the second comment I've already played in this 2 minutes that we've been on the air. Do you think the Cubs should sign Kyle Tucker? I do think the Cubs, Dan, should sign Kyle Tucker. I don't know if any of you heard on the opposing radio station to Cap this morning, down the dial, they had Pat Murphy, the manager of the Milwaukee Brewers. I don't know if Cap heard that either, but Pat Murphy came right out and said Kyle Tucker's hurt. He said he's got to be hurt.
Yeah, thanks, Pat. I mean, can he work in our front office while he manages?
Why you're mad he said that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I love that he said that. I'm mad that our freaking people running the Cubs can't figure this out.
Don't worry, people. I'm trying to work on Cap remembering to put a microphone on. It's going to happen at some point here in the next few years. So when he yells in the background, it's just a lot of noise. Maybe this is why the Brewers weren't concerned when Counsell left, still contending and winning the division. Matter of fact, they're better. Cubs need to grab a cup of coffee, of iced Hooters coffee, Landon. Have some Hooters OG-style wings and find a way to win a baseball game. Maybe a little spice, maybe a little kick. Give them the mango habanero. Maybe the 5-alarm sauce. Because I'll be honest with you, they need to wake their ass up. And then Kyle Tucker's getting the day off. I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle Tucker doesn't play at all, game 1 or game 2, after hearing Craig Counsell after the game discuss that he needs some time off. Angel, appreciate you being here. There's the Godfather. It's official. I'm sick of the Chicago Cubs, sick of cheap Tom Ricketts, sick of Jed Hoyer and Carter Hawkins. I need a break from them ruining every summer. I'm not watching anymore. Thank you, El Cheapo. Godfather, man. Godfather, get him. Absolutely. Get him. The fans have every right to be upset and frustrated. There's no acceptable reason that the 3rd largest market in the world has the most worthless management in the world. I hear you. First of all, fans absolutely have every right to boo. I had no problem with booing Kyle Tucker over the weekend for not running to first base. And if you want performance You pay the money, you can boo. It's fine. You should be frustrated. Let's get our daily playoff odds for the Chicago Cubs, which is funny. It's still 98.6. Amongst all of the crap that's gone on, they still have a 98.6% chance to make the playoffs because they've held for actually, it's 98.4% now. It's gone down to 98.4%. So they've held it for that long, and they still, by far, they have the 6th best odds in baseball. After the Cubs, it goes to San Diego at 92.8, and then it drops. But that's where they are. All I know is other markets in the world give a damn about their teams and want to win. Becky says Manfred wants 32 teams. I'm sure you guys heard about the realignment discussion over the weekend. I think it's interesting. I think there's some validity to it. I do. I don't know if it's all perfect, but they're trying to move the game forward. I don't know. It's going to take used to getting, if they're going to do it, it's going to take used to no AL, no NL, but we'll figure it out. We're not there yet. Last I checked, no team in Chicago is in position to act like they're doing something. Since 2001, the city of Boston has had 13 championships, and Chicago management has the nerve to flex. Also, think about Boston. Multiple Super Bowls, multiple World Series, a Stanley Cup, and an NBA title. They've checked every box. They need to get their stuff together now. Hey, Phil and everyone, including Top Guff, thank God the Cubs didn't play the second game. Otherwise, we would have been in big trouble, to say the least. But the second game's going to be played today. What makes you think it's going to be any better? I do like Matthew Boyd today. Phil, do you think Ross or Madden would have done better managing this team than Counsell? Jim, the Andrew Vaughn Revival Tour is in town this week. Come one, come all. It's incredible. As in the words of Jed Hoyer, let's go all in at the deadline. Liar. You guys, I understand the frustration. Yes, I believe David Ross would have led this team not only to the playoffs, also to a deep run in October. Although, if they didn't go do anything at the deadline, I don't know how David Ross would be different, but I will say there's no fire in that dugout. There's no fire. I need to see a cooler thrown. And it doesn't work for everybody. Not all 26 guys are going to react the same. I'm convinced now more than ever, if Cap ran the Cubs, moves to get made, and this team is a World Series contender. Okay. Cap would convince his owner, I'm going above you. I'm going to make trades. We're paying these guys, period. Nate the Great, I think the difference between this team being bad in previous years is that they seem absolutely lifeless. April and May into June, this team was fun to watch. It's a long time ago. Doesn't feel like the same season to me. When you go back, March, they were 3-4. You kind of barely count that. April and May, they were 33-18. So let's count the March games, okay? 36-22 after May. Feeling pretty good. 14 games over 500. There's 16 games over 500 for the season. They've been playing 2 games above 500 ever since. They're mediocre. They're definitely the definition of mediocrity right now. Right in the middle. Absolutely right in the middle. I'm looking at I love the way Baseball Reference does the standings where they do last 30 and everything. When you look at the National League, here's what's crazy about the last 30 games. In the National League, the Cubs have the 6th best record the last 30 games. 15-15. The Dodgers, the Cubs, the Marlins, the Pirates are all 15-15. The Cubs and the Pirates have the same record the last 30 games. Don't tell me this team is a contender in the postseason. And save the receipts. I can give a damn. Because right now, they don't look like it. Yeah, the Mets have been terrible too. Fine. The Brewers are 25-5. The Phillies are 18-12. The Padres are 17-13 along with the Reds. Those teams right now look different. They do. They look different. How about the Brewers? 18-2 their last 20. That's insane. They're playing a different sport right now. And they're making you all, they're laughing at us because Pat Murphy is putting all the pressure on the Cubs, which I think is awesome. They have Cy Young contenders. They have MVP contenders. They have a big payroll. We're not the underdogs. They are. Or they're not. Yeah, we're not the favorites. They are. I love that. Put it all back on them. Kyle, happy Tuesday. This team has definitely taken on the personality of Craig. Very vanilla, and it's like they know they're beat once they're down. Then again, did we as fans expect too much? No, it's the Cubs. You should not expect that. You should have high expectations. And when your management says we're going all in, no, you should have high expectations. TJ, the Cubs are an incompetent organization from top to bottom. It's a full-on circus right now, and the worst part of it is that the common denominator in all of it, Jed, got rewarded. Nate, am I wrong in feeling that this team has seemingly just rolled over the last month? As I just said, they're 15-15. Craig is an effing bum. Becky coming down hard. Tom Ricketts approves of all of it. Kyle, we all know Chicago. Always thinking championships. Just wish our owners thought like us. Is football season here yet? Yes, Kyle, it is. Not giving up yet on the Cubs, but it's not looking good with each passing day. Bill, welcome to the chat. For all of the fair weather so-called Cub fans, as you jump off the bandwagon, please don't jump back on when the Cubs make the playoffs and beat the Brewers. Hurry and jump on the Brew Crew train. Bill, I like your optimism, my friend. Here's the difference between the Cubs and the Brewers. The Brewers are going to be sitting back the first week with their heels kicked up and resting their starters, watching the wild card teams beat up on each other. And the Padres are a game back of the Cubs, and they're about to jump. The Cubs are about to slide down a spot and lose home field advantage in the flipping wild card series. It's about where they are right now. It's ridiculous. Proud to be a Cubs fan for over 50 years and always will. Bill, I appreciate the optimism, dude. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And you have Godfather in this chat who's been a fan for over 50 years as well, and he's fed up. And I think both sides are fine. I think it's great that you can continue to have the optimism and think optimistically. And I think it's great if you call people out and say enough's enough. Clyde says, I hope they make a deep playoff run if, in fact, they do. I'd rather have Ricketts over the Tribune again. Yeah, there's been some discussion in this chat that says I would rather have the Tribune company. I think that's asinine because the Cubs did win a World Series. So I do think that that's asinine that we forgot in 9 years the Cubs changed Wrigleyville and won the World Series. Chicago management should be ashamed of themselves. Being here in SoCal, seeing the Dodgers gives you appreciation for how a real team is ran and their commitment to winning consistently. True, they spend the money, but the Dodgers have been awful lately. They've been worse than the Cubs. Now, they do have a World Series title from a year ago, and they don't care about spending money, and they'll keep spending more. So I hear you on that, Phil, but they're struggling. Brian, go, Cubs, go. At this rate, the Cubs will be passed over for the final playoff spot. I don't see that happening. Sure hope not, though. That would be crazy. Brian, hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Brewers are going to beat us again today. Becky wants Nico at leadoff. Jay True, bring back Mickey Morandini. Becky wants him to sell the team. What's up, Dead? The Cubs totally mishandled Tucker's entire issue, whether it's health, mental, whatever. However, this should have been handled weeks ago instead of now when they need his bat the most. Idiots. Pablo. Sox could be fun to watch. I like when Pablo just switches the gears. Can be tough, but the kids are fun to watch overall. Back home tomorrow. Kyle Teal, a 4-hit night, another home run last night. The White Sox hit the long ball a lot. A lot of people praising Lenyn Sosa. He's been fine. Offensively, he's been a fun watch. 17 homers. He's not good in the field. I don't know, like, you probably hold on to him going forward. Maybe he's got some trade value. Fundamentally, he's not, to my opinion, Lenyn Sosa is not a great player. Had another error last night, but he is hitting the ball out of the ballpark. Jay, hey, Guff, Kyle Teal had 4 hits, my friend. Kyle Teal had 4 hits. Lenyn Sosa had his 11th error. Did you put that in the recap last night? Come on now. You know what brightened my night after that lifeless game? Jay True says Hooters crab legs and 6 Long Islands. So I don't remember much of that game. Thank God. Jay True, dude, you always make me laugh. And that's a really good segue into our Hooters drop, who does have the long-legged Long Island's iced teas for $8 a month. 6 of those means you're taking an Uber home, I hope. I know Jay True does. He mentioned the snow crab legs, $14.99 a pound the rest of the month. Lunch specials every day from 11 to 3. The burger, I led with the burger. I did. The burger's underrated at Hooters. The OG wings, the boneless wing, it's all there. Of course, you guys know the Guffs like the cinnamon pretzel bites to take home. It's a staple. Anytime we are there or we get ordered at Hooters.com, which we have delivered to the house, or we pick it up sometimes, I'll have a Big Daddy mug. Oktoberfest is the new flavor du jour. Fantasy football drafts, it's time. Call Hooters, originalhooters.com, book a table, have your fantasy draft. Great food, cold beer, iconic Hooters girls. Let them help you when you make your number one overall pick. Go to Hooters, originalhooters.com, proud partner of the REKAP Lunch Hour and the recap. Back to the show. Cubs start soon. Let's go, boys. You know what, Kyle? Let me get you my bet of the day because it is a 120 start, and it is from that game. Keep telling like it is, Cap and Guff. Don't ever hold back, my friends. Take that. Cap is sitting there. He's going to get lunch for the crew right now. He's standing with the door open. I know why. I'm going to run the bet of the day, and he's curious like a cat. Guy's always looking for he's looking for an advantage. Hey, I'm calling it a heater because it's been a while. We are a game under 500 in August. We are chipping away. Friday, we hit Kyle Schwarber. Yesterday, we had Freddie Peralta. And if the blister doesn't open up on Cade Horton's damn middle finger, we have a nice little parlay. Today, I just told you guys I like Matthew Boyd. He's only allowed 3 earned runs at home twice in a start. Other than that, it's been 2s, 1s, there's nothing. That guy at home is nails. The Cubs desperately need length today. They cannot have 2 2/3 from their starter. Matthew Boyd did get touched up for 5 earned in a start at Milwaukee a couple weeks ago. They're at home. They need him. He's been their most dependent starter today. 5 or more strikeouts at -125. I'm laying that for Matthew Boyd. Matthew Boyd, 120, our starter today, 5+ strikeouts. I've already put the bet in myself. Let's go. Let's make it 2-0 this week. We had a winning week last week. We're chipping away as we get closer to football. Had to get the bet of the day in there because for those of you who partake, I want you to hop in. GoFundMe for a mic for Cap. Cap's over here. Look, I'm going to show you how it's set up. See, there's Katie. Look at Katie. That's where we had Cap barking from the back over there. There's microphones over there. They're just not plugged in to this particular program unless he wanted to log in. What's up progressively? I like kind of showing you guys the warts and all. Lip Ripper. Why doesn't Counsell get kicked out of a game to show some type of life? Also, someone on the Cubs needs to start a bench clearing brawl. Change something up. I like it. Flip a table over. I've always said if Lip Ripper and I got together in the same spot, man, we'd definitely get along. I know it. I found it hilarious that Pat Murphy noticed Kyle's hurt. The opposing manager, for God's sake, why didn't anyone else notice? If Kyle didn't want to sit and get better, then he's being selfish. I don't know if selfish. Sometimes people look at it as selfish. Other times people look at it as he's trying to do anything he can. He doesn't want to make excuses and play through it. And I get it. But sometimes you can't. If you're hurt, you're hurt. Whoever said they were looking forward to this series was smoking something hard. Nothing in the past 6 weeks says they were actually going to make this a series. 9 games out. Isaiah's chiming in as a Brewers fan. It's very clear watching that Kyle Tucker isn't healthy. I think everybody feels that way. Cap to buy the Cubs. He could be Jerry Jones and run all operations. I'd pay to see that. That'd be something. Isaiah, not a single Brewer fan who misses Craig Counsell. How could you possibly? Murphy is everything our team needed. Fire, heart, and not afraid to bench guys and call them out in the press. Yeah, every time I hear him talk, it just makes me think, damn, that's the guy. Dan chimes in with Go Sox. Tucker's definitely leaving the north side in the offseason. Dan, our goal as fans is to win. Owners' goal is to make money. They don't necessarily overlap. If you win, you make more money, says the dad. He's right. Maybe Tucker should go back to no batting gloves. Before Chicago, he never wore them. Interesting take. Kyle, Craig needs to do a Google search on how to fire a team up. Watch old clips of Lou, Dusty, or Joe with the Cubs, or Ozzie on the south side. Cap says find a way to win a damn baseball game. Hey, Cap, the Cubs are more trapped in the opposite worlds, like something out of Stranger Things. The dead. Obviously, selling tickets is not a Cubs problem, but they would definitely make more money if they had a team worth a damn to watch. Erica, if Kyle Tucker's hurt, then why is Craig Counsell getting paid $8 million a year? If you can't identify those kind of issues, then about face and get the heck out of Chicago. I don't necessarily blame that on the manager, Players want to play through stuff, and he has earned the right as a veteran to do that. Now, we'll see. Cap would be an awesome manager for this team, says Becky. Rizzo would get this team hyped up. Maybe they should bring him in just for a weekend. CC reminds me of my philosophy professor. Boring. Bring the petting zoo back and breakfast on the field for the players. People criticize Joe after the fact. Looked like it worked. That's when you have to have a pulse of your clubhouse. Timothy, welcome to the chat. Think there's something more systemic going on with the Cubs. Counsell was successful when he coached the Brewers, and the Brewers kept doing what they have done, finding a way to win. Bill, Cubs will still take 3 of 4. Bill's optimistic. Hell, bring the players Hooters. We should. Walk in with some OG wings, slip a few long-legged iced teas to them. Cubs will not. They will win maybe one of these games against the Brewers. I would be shocked if they won 2. Progressive, I hope they just finish the regular season and go home. Wow. Look, just get in the playoffs, guys. It doesn't feel good right now. It could flip. Usually it doesn't. Usually it's the hot team gets, but don't root against going to the playoffs, especially in this town. We haven't even had a playoff team since we started this channel. I'm not talking about the Cubs. I'm talking about any playoff team. I hope they just finish the regular season and go home as tight. Tough. Becky doesn't think Counsell fits. Sky plays Seattle tonight at 7. Reese questionable to play tonight. I love when Kyle's chiming in with Sky. Swayze, at this point, the pitching will continue its solid ways, but that as usual won't be enough. They will be in it for 5 innings, but after that, all hell breaks loose. The Reds deserve to go to the playoffs more than the Cubs do. Well, it's a full season, guys. If they've just played 1 or 2 or 3 months, then the Cubs will probably be out of the playoffs. But it's a 6-month marathon. And early in the year, we were loving everything about the Cubs. Jess, that's ridiculous. The Reds lost Saturday on 2 walks and an error, and the left fielder falling down, fielding a single. Appreciate Dan. That's right. Johnny Maz, my guy. I'm sure you've probably heard this already, Guff, but do you think the lack of any big moves at the deadline? Yes, I do. I've been around enough clubs where they kind of look around and say, this is a really great group, and we need proof of performance. Management needs to say, we got you. And they didn't. And I think that Craig also, he felt that too. And it's like, okay, well, it's us against the world. So I do. Johnny Maz, always good hearing from you. Tim, Dodgers shop at Prime, Cubs shop at Amazon Hall. Chess. We'll find out once the season is over that there was a disgruntlement over something that happened near the end of July. Maybe the players should begin the lockout a couple years early. Wow. We are harsh city. Becky with the Cubs are done. Bill is mad because others are being realistic. The fake Cubs fan says the fans are the problem. Our expectations are too high. I disagree with that. Hardcore disagree with that. Jay, it's crazy to think the Cubs have 5 players above an 800 OPS, and Milwaukee has 1, and they kill us. That's a great point. There's been enough. Bless you. No, the Ricketts have done a good job with Wrigleyville. Dan, the Cubs are still up a game and a half on San Diego. I'm apathetic about the team, but the feeling of the fans is very fatalistic. Yes, it's a fatalistic approach. But it's a very, what have you done for me lately? I sort of hope an epic collapse and a missed playoff, that may force the front office to get serious in the offseason. I don't know if that's going to help them. Christian, Pat Murphy knows more about the Cubs roster than Craig does. It's unbelievable. Lenine Sosa, good DH. His approach is The Reds suck. Francona needs another year to get it together. Christian, Craig has made absolutely zero impact on the Cubs since becoming the manager. It goes to show it's above and beyond the manager, and it's an organizational problem. Jim, one flaw I see in a mega-rich owned baseball team, if the farm system is maxed out and there are no high-price free agents to sign, what then? Then you're just, to me, this is what it looks like. Godfather, hey, Guff, please tell Ricketts I woke up this morning and canceled Marquee. I can't believe I'm saying that. The health issues I have are not being served well watching this team. Godfather, power to you, man. I understand it. Kyle says, I just turned on the score. Bounce back, Cubbies. Tim, who was the hyena in the cartoon that his jaws hurt every time he smiled? That's Counsell. Jed's deadline apathy has infected the clubhouse. Cap is mom the meatloaf from Wedding Crashers. Nat, if Pat Murphy was a Cubs manager, what would the Cubs record be? They'd probably be a few games better. I can't imagine much. Rick chiming in from Hawaii as always. Cubs stuck in a dysfunctional batting order paradigm. Off these Brewers fans talking about Murphy. Until he does something with team in postseason, he's no better than Counsell. Bullshit. You know why? At least they're in the postseason. So don't give me this, well, they don't do anything in the postseason anyway. It's no different. It is different. It is different. I don't know if Tucker plays tomorrow. He said a few days off. Let's end on a positive note. It's a great day to be alive. Let's play to Matt. That's outstanding. Absolutely. Positivity. Love you, Johnny. Katie gets a bless you from Jess. Cubs getting plus 130. Or the Brewers plus 130 is juicy, Lip. You're right. Seems like free money. But look at the splits for Boyd at home. He's been really, really good. I'm just the offense of the Cubs. Ugh. Guessing they'll make the playoffs, but should we think it'll be any more than an uninspiring walkthrough? Let's just be real. Cubs are fried, and Godfather was right all along. Almost time for 120's daily dose of punishment. Have a great day. Appreciate you, Dan. Before you do that, you guys, before the game starts, you should log on to recap.renegadefantasy.com because we're having our draft next weekend. And we have over 7 teams, our 7 leagues full. The Recap League is near, I think we have over 100 people right now signed up for this and the right to win $5,000 if you're the last person standing at the end of the year. Plus, you automatically start with a win because if you play Cap, it doesn't even matter. I guarantee you the guy forgets to show up to the draft. It's going to be awesome. And then when you get to play him, he'll forget that he didn't set his lineup. And this allows him to make in-game decisions because he started a quarterback on a bye week. And then he can go in and actually play a guy that's starting, and you'll still beat his ass. So why wouldn't you just come and do that? Even if you don't win the 5K, you get an opportunity to smack Cap around for 18 weeks like we're all going to. Join our Recap Fantasy League at renegadefantasy.com, the only app, the only league where you can make real in-game substitutions. There's nothing like it out there. It's not the same as everywhere else. And we're giving you an opportunity to win $5,000, not a coupon, not a voucher, real stone cold cash. Join the Recap League on Renegade Fantasy. Download the app at the App Store. Find a public league and find the Recap, REKAP. Hop on board and then try to beat us. Beat me, Katie, everybody else here. There's a lot of you in the league. I keep seeing a lot of familiar names. Appreciate you guys. Join because the drafts are coming up. After I kick Cap's ass, I'm going to look forward to the recap, says Swayze. Woo, nice edit there. Progressively independent Brewers are lucky to have a good organization and manager. We stinks. God bless the Recap Lunch Hour. Appreciate you. You know that, Godfather. As always, enjoy your day, Recap. Have a good afternoon, Dead. Let's see if the Cubs can find a way to win a damn baseball game. Clyde, finally some love. Thank you very much. We've been giving it back to you the whole time, and we finally got Clyde to love us back. Man, there's nothing like this group every day at 12:30 here on the Recap Lunch Hour. Appreciate everybody greatly. For everyone here at the Recap, thanks for watching. As always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Seriously, we need each other. I need you guys. You need me. We're all in it together. Trust, I know we all got stuff going on. And we're here for each other every day at 12:30 to let it spew for 30 minutes and forget the reality that we live in sometimes. Appreciate you guys. Happy hump day tomorrow. So let's see what happens. Cubs got 2. I'm sure we're going to have thoughts after the day game, let alone the night game tonight. And the Bears are back at it as they prepare for the Chiefs. For everyone here, appreciate you. It's all brought to you by our friends at Hooters, originalhooters.com, order.hooters.com if you want to get it delivered straight to your door. Don't get up off the couch, watch the Cubs game, eat some Hooters, and then do it again tonight because there's another game tonight and there's dinner. So why not just order enough at order.hooters.com to take care of it. Appreciate you greatly. Appreciate you watching. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.